guys, I'm going to do a quick video on one way I plant tomatoes. These are the Better Boys that I started. They are an indeterminate tomato, and I'm going to be using these fertilizer spikes, this tomato clip, and this what is it called? Electric fence post. Okay, so the reason I like to use these is because they're about $2 a piece, and I can use them in my garden to stake things, and I can use them for the electric fence. So they have multiple uses, and they're pretty inexpensive. So I'm going to show you how I use them. I've already dug my hole, and I put the dirt in a little bucket. That way it doesn't get as messy here. And then I just take the soil from that bucket and put it in here around the tomatoes. So I'll turn you around and show you how I do that. Okay, first I take the fertilizer stake and I drop it down in there, and then I cover it with a good inch or two of soil, because you don't want those really tender roots hitting the soil or hitting that fertilizer spike, because it could burn the plant, and we don't want to do that. But those are they're pretty good. I used them last year, and it lasts up to 3 months, which is about the season of tomatoes, at least through the peak of it. So I'm gonna try this way. The other way I do is I put rabbit manure in the bottom. So I just pull it out. It's got a decent root system on it, and I pluck off these bottom limbs, and then I just put it down in there. And then just fill it up with the soil from the bucket. And if any more limbs are low enough to touch the ground, I go ahead and remove those too, just to help prevent any diseases that they could pick up from the soil. So this bottom one here, I'll probably trim that off too. So I just pack it in pretty firmly. You want to have good, contact with everything. No pockets or anything like that. If my tomatoes show any signs of like they're struggling with anything, just pay attention to like the leaf color and the blooms, and when it starts to set fruit, pay attention to that. And if they need it, then I will do a something on their foliage. I usually spray them with copper fungicide to help with any diseases, and sometimes I'll use a fruit set as well. Okay, now I'm going to take my stake here, and I like to put it on the edge of the circle and go ahead and push it all the way down. I like them to be pretty straight, so if I need to adjust, because sometimes those spikes can be crooked from being used so many times. That's pretty straight. And at this point, I take my little clip. These clips just come from the Dollar Tree, and you can get them on Amazon too. But at this point, I just clip them to the bottom. And then as they grow, I'll just go up this, and it works pretty good. Sometimes I might put a string or twine through these here, and then I can I'll only do like 3 posts at a time, but as it grows I'll show you. But you can help with the limbs too, because these better boys, they will get pretty big. They also come with smaller ones too. But for the first one at the bottom, because that plant will get bigger and thicker there, I just use the bigger one, and if we need to move it up as they grow, we will. But now just water them well and watch them grow.